Christopher Rowan Jr. We'll let Coach open up with a statement, then we'll go to players for questions.
Just like to congratulate East Carolina and Cliff and his coaching staff and all the players. They did a great job today, and we wish them well moving forward. And I know they've been chasing the dream of going to Omaha, and maybe this will be the team that gets him there, and we wish them well.
Questions for the players?
Chris, you coming in this last year, just trying to, have a fresh start and have one last run at it. Just looking back, what are you going to miss the most about these guys and you all coming together? Because it's a lot of guys, coming from the outside, and y'all mesh well towards the end of the year. Just what are you going to miss the most about this year?
I'll probably miss the most out of everything is the guys making fun of everything like possible. I mean, we go to practice, we're doing sprints, we're making it fun. We got weights, we're making it fun. We're able to enjoy everything, and so that's what I'll miss the most.
Nick, talked a little bit about, kind of what they were doing pitching wise today. It was maybe a little bit different than what you guys saw last night, because it just seemed like the bats were a little bit more quiet this afternoon.
The starter for them, he had some good stuff. He had fastball, cutter, slider. To lefties, he was majority working the cutter in, and then to righties, I think he was kind of throwing slider away, running the cutter away. It just kind of lefties. First couple innings kind of got in on our hands, got jammed a couple times, and then lefties or righties chasing a little bit, low and away in the zone. He had some good stuff, and we didn't do our best the first couple innings against him, and then that fourth or fifth inning we kind of got to him a little bit, but it was maybe a little bit too late.
What do you take out of this season when you kind of boil it down? I mean, you guys reached the region finals, haven't been done since 16. You guys accomplished a lot of stuff, given that you guys had to come together. What do you take out of this season for you?
It was. Overall, it was a very good season. We can't really, ask for anything else. Obviously, we want to move on, but to start out the season, we got hot and we kind of hit a bump halfway through the season. We were 17-12, something like that, and we kind of all looked each other in the eyes and we were like we got to kind of get the ball rolling in order to do what we want to do. And thankfully it worked out, and we got hot towards the end of the year. I think we won like 20 of the last 5 or something like that, and then it put us in the spot where we're in this weekend. I wish we could have came out on top and won this regional, but it happens.
Chris, give me a little bit about, I know individual awards for you guys isn't that big of a deal, but when you look at all region, you guys were both on that. That just speaks volumes for what you guys both of you guys were able to do this weekend to help Colson get to this point.
It was great to win it, but I would much rather win the game before an award, just a personal award. But it feels good to be recognized for kind of playing finally. I was able to kind of wake up towards the end of the games, and so it was good to just help my team out.
We had a chance to talk to you yesterday, but walking it off, watching that yesterday, that had been something else.
It was great. It was a great feeling. It was my first regional ever, and so it was a great feeling to be able to have a big moment like that in my first regional.
And Nick, for you, coming in and spending your whole career here, man, just when you look back on these 4 years in Teal, some of your most fond memories and what you'll miss the most about your time here.
It's been a blessing. My freshman year I made a regional with that team, and then this year we made a regional as well, so it's kind of nice, if it is my last year, it's nice to kind of go out with that, in the back of my mind and doing that for this team and with this team. So it was a successful way to, if this is my last year, to end my career here, so. Yeah.
One more for the players.
And then just going back to last night too, a fellow senior and Nick, just to see that performance from him, he pitched out of his mind. Just to see that from, one of your teammates and one of your brothers, man, I know that had to be pretty special.
Yeah, I've been with him for 4 years now. I knew him in high school. And I think last night was kind of, I think that was his best pitching performance I think I've ever seen him throw. He's legit. He's a good guy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Coach Gilmore?
Coach, obviously you came up short, but a hell of a season.
Yeah, it's always it's always painful when you get to this point and, you know, you so close but yet so far away. You know, we got beat by a team that played way better. You know, we played way better than they did yesterday, and they turned it on us today. And Spivey was very good, and their offense just, you know, they just put relentless pressure on us the whole time. And you know, I love my kids, but you know, I mean, at the end of the day, the reason we couldn't make these long runs was evident today. You know, we just, there was not enough depth in some areas or whatever, and especially playing an extra game. You know, it just really exposed some of our weaknesses, and they had a good game plan and executed it well. You know, they've got great players, and I have tremendous respect for Cliff and the staff and how they coach and what they do. And those young men, I'm sure they'll give somebody fits next week.
College baseball athletics has changed regards because of the portal. How is your approach going into next year? Because you've had so many new guys come in and out of the program over the last couple of years. How do you try to keep a team together with the portal, if that's even possible?
I'll be honest with you. Everything I've stood for my entire life has gone down in the toilet with the portal. I believe in developing people and teaching them culture and teaching them about life. And you know, it's not just baseball. It's about making better men out of them, making them ready to be good husbands and good citizens. And then when you only got them for a year, sometimes it's, you know, I just see it being a deal where you're going to see 50% turnover on almost every team in the country. Between graduation, draft, and transfers, you're going to see half of every single team in the country change. You know, because I mean, we live in a world where if you don't satisfy their every need, they're going to move, and it's really sad. Something had to be done. I mean, they opened Pandora's box when they did this deal, you know, and you throw the NIL money in, you know, it's just the whole thing. You know, I'm glad. I'll be honest with you. I love coaching. I love baseball. I'm glad I'm on the back end instead of the front end. I feel for these young coaches, man. I tell you what, I don't know how you do this for 25, 30 years. It's going to be the wild, wild west. They think it's only happening in football and basketball. They're so sadly mistaken. You know, I mean, the proposals that are out there are scary.
You raved all season long, Coach, about how much you enjoy being around this group of guys, and you know, just looking back, you know, this deep run, being able to turn it on late. What are you going to miss most about this group?
They're just good people. You know, I mean, I was terrified of the portal, to be honest with you, because I was terrified because I've been so culture oriented my whole career, bringing people in for 1 year to kind of steal from your program to benefit themselves. This group of guys was so different. I mean, they completely walked in and humbled themselves to being coached and wanting to be better and wanting to be a part of our culture, not take away from our culture to fit their needs. And it just, honestly, I mean, you know, some of those guys, I feel like I've coached them 4 years and I've only had them one. They've been incredible. You know, there'll be a point in time where, you know, tonight or tomorrow, whatever, I get a minute by myself and I'll shed a few tears over them, because I tell you, they were just fun, man. They made baseball fun for me again, to be honest with you. All the stuff with a pandemic and all that crap, I mean, baseball got to be a point for an old guy in this, doing this for all these years. Honestly, it wasn't fun anymore. All the wearing of the mask and the crap you had to do at practice is miserable, you know, and to have this group this year would really reinvigorated me, to be very honest with you. And, you know, I owe them a lot. It was, you know, everything didn't go perfect, but they never panicked. And, you know, I honestly thought, you know, heck, if we hadn't got some injuries, and, you know, we were, for me, you look back at every team you ever coached, even the national championship team, you know, if we'd have had this, we could have even been better. You know, if we'd have had Alaska Abney on this team, if he hadn't signed last year, this team would have won 50 games, easy. I mean, we blew so many games. You know, the majority of our losses have been in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning when we were in position to win and are used to win, and we just didn't have that piece. You know, when you lose that piece, you know, middle, end of July, there ain't nobody out there. And 1st of August to go, let's see, you know, there's a big time closer over here, August 1st, ain't nobody there, you know, so. Yeah, it just, yeah, and we just couldn't develop a piece, you know. We have great kids, it just, that piece wasn't there, you know. Heck, man, I love the Agnos kid, man. Heck, that kid he's just a Johnny ball player guy, you know, heck, I would love to have that guy, man. He's my kind of guy. He's a hard player, but he also can jump right out there and he can be your best position player. He can turn right around and be your best pitcher for them. And, you know, we've had guys like that too. They got a good one in that young man.
Gilly, what's it mean to have Chris and then Matt and then the two Knicks put on the all-region team? I mean, that just speaks volumes. You've got 4 guys on that team, and they're all 4 deserving of what they were able to
They played absolutely great all weekend, and you know, just quality people that played really good, and you know they deserve to be on that team, and you know, I thought the people that they put on that team, every single one of those guys, I think I would have picked myself for the most part. I thought there wasn't a embellishment as to who won and lost. There was, I mean, the guys that they picked, I thought deserved every bit of what they got. You know, that was a group of best players that played up this weekend that I saw.
Coach, you guys obviously have a great program, ECU, a good program. Would you be interested in doing a series if ECU was willing to reach out to you guys at some point?
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, you know, when Keith was here for a long time, we would play, but it was always midweek, and to be honest with you, it was miserable for them and for us too. There's no easy way to get here from Myrtle Beach. It's a 3 hour and 45 minute drive. But as far as us playing, yes. The thing is, we for years played 3 or really 4 straight weekends of tournaments at home, and he does very similar, you know. And we actually, they had an open one here. I think it was for this next year, and we already had somebody, and I couldn't switch it or something. I don't know, but I mean, absolutely. I mean, listen, they're quality people. Heck, he likes playing good people, and I like playing good people. So I'm, you know, hopefully we can figure out how to do it. Whether it's each of us give up a weekend one year, and the next year is back at the other place or something, whatever. But you know, there are 2 really good programs that you know, close enough we ought to be playing.
Gilly, on that subject, is there any possibility moving forward that there will be a series with you guys in South Carolina at any point? Because, I mean, you play everybody in the state but them, and it's been something else.
Brendan, that has never been our issue. I mean, it's not our issue. You know, you figure out how to solve that, and we'll play them. You know, and I don't think it's there. I don't think it's Mark either on his end, to be very honest with you. There's some good old boy politics being played, and I don't want to get in the middle of it, but it's sad that Clemson plays his home and home, and we haven't played them in forever. So, but it's not on us. I can promise you that. If he told me tomorrow they wanted to play next year, if I had to cancel somebody, I would do it to play them. I mean, it's kind of sad we don't play.
That would do it.
Thanks,
Coach.
Thanks, guys.